In any high-stakes environment, whether it's a military base, a fire station, or even a competitive corporate office, you get used to the names on the roster. They're just part of the daily roll call, faces in the crowd, individuals you might nod to in the hallway. That's who she was to most of us. Just another name, another uniform, someone who did her job quietly and efficiently, never drawing attention to herself. We all have our roles, and she seemed perfectly content in hers, blending into the background of our chaotic, high-tempo world. You see, in our line of work, it's the loud ones, the aces, the hot shots who get all the attention. They're the ones with the flashy call signs and the stories that get told and retold in the mess hall. They're the heroes of the stories we tell ourselves. The rest of us? We're the supporting cast, the ones who make sure the gears of the great machine keep turning. She was the quietest of the quiet, almost invisible. Some of us probably couldn't have picked her out of a lineup if we had to. She was just there. A steady, unassuming presence. But everything changed on a day that started like any other. The air was thick with tension, a storm brewing on the horizon, both literally and figuratively. A routine patrol went sideways, fast. The comms, which are usually a disciplined ballet of call and response, exploded into a cacophony of frantic, overlapping voices. Distress calls cut through the static, each one painting a grimmer picture. We were listening to a worst-case scenario unfold in real time, and a feeling of helplessness was creeping into the command center. Our best people were pinned down, out of options, and running out of time. The established leaders, the ones we always looked to, were either engaged or scrambling for a viable plan. Every solution proposed was shot down by the harsh reality on the ground. The minutes felt like hours. The silence between the desperate radio calls was deafening. It was in that moment of near despair, when it felt like all hope was lost, that a calm, clear voice cut through the chaos. It wasn't one of the usual heroes. It was her. Her call sign, one we'd barely registered before, echoed across the base. She wasn't asking for permission or offering a tentative suggestion. She was laying out a plan, a brilliant, unorthodox, and incredibly risky plan. There was a stunned silence. Who was this? For a second, everyone just stared at the radio, but there was no time to question it. Her voice held a certainty, a command and control that no one knew she possessed. She saw an angle nobody else did, a tiny sliver of opportunity amidst the disaster. Without hesitation, she took the lead, coordinating assets, directing movements, and turning the tide with nothing but her intellect and her courage. That day, she wasn't just a name on the roster. She was the architect of a miracle. She reminded us all that heroes don't always shout. Sometimes they're the quiet ones waiting for their moment to answer the call. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you then.